What's up, guys? So, sadly, there's not a whole lot of information to go on this cold case, but there's a lot of little details in this cold case, if that makes sense. So, this is Elizabeth right here. Uh, she got married to this gentleman here, and the way they met each other was through Comic Con. Like, if you guys don't know what that is, that's like where you dress up as your favorite comic, like Star Wars. I don't really do Spider Man, Batman, different stuff like that. And you dress up as those characters, and you go to this like show where they sell comic books and stuff. I think I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but if you know what it is, you know what it is. So that's how they met. They were doing this, and that's how they met, and they got married, and they were, I believe, on their fifth year of marriage, and they were. She was a big Harry Potter fan. Uh, they were about to take a trip to Universal Studios in Orlando, I believe, where the new Harry Potter uh, ride and stuff is taking place at Universal Studios. And the day before they're going to leave, they decide to do a yard sale to make a little extra money. So when they go on this trip, they have this extra money set aside so they can buy gifts and different things while they're there. So that way they have that extra little uh $200-300 extra little money to go on this trip. Uh the morning of the yard sale, she goes to a Starbucks or somewhere that sells coffee. And not a lot of people tell this part. I just read this in the timeline, so this ain't being told in these videos with people making about this. It's a piece of evidence that I think should be told because that could possibly mean that somebody seen her from the time she left her house till wherever she got her coffee back to the house. Now, the only part of that doesn't go with this is there was a black Nissan Frontier that was spotted on a camera after all this happened at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning at a local school, so real close to this area in the parking lot. And that's also the vehicle that we'll talk about again here in a second. So that morning, there's her and him are setting up the yard sale to get ready for having a yard sale that day. He's going to go to work. He's not taking that day off. So he's going to leave and she's going to deal with the yard sale, I guess, until he gets off work. And then they would both do the yard sale until whatever time. And so she and him go outside. They're setting up the yard sale, getting it kind of ready. And this black Nissan Frontier drives by. Doesn't stop or anything, just drives by. And then he gets in his vehicle, and there's a video of this, and he leaves, like, to go to work. And then this black Nissan Frontier comes back the opposite way, goes past the house again, and then I guess turns around and comes back down the street and stops out of sight of the camera that is watching this. And a person gets out of this vehicle, walks up to the yard sale, up to Elizabeth, and they have a small conversation. It's not a very long conversation, but a small little conversation. And then all of a sudden, whoever this person is pulls out a gun and shoots her 3 times, and then goes and stands over her and shoots her again. So this person shoots her 4 times, 3 times before she falls, and then on the 4th time when she's down, this person's standing over her and shoots her again. So and then takes off running back to her vehicle, and then you see the vehicle leave. Now, I'm not going to show you the video due to YouTube would not allow me to show the video, I'm sure, because it's pretty gruesome. Like, you don't see her take the shots, but you can see the shots being shot at her. Like, you can see the air and the fire coming out of the gun from the video. So if you want to go see the video, you can find it. It's out there if you want to see it. And if you want to look into this case, you almost have to see this video, because there's a little bit of things that I will get to here in a minute that you can only get from actually watching this video, not from what I'm about to tell you. Like, so anyways, so here is this is in front of the house. You can see the truck right here going by. I do believe this part here is when they're setting up the yard sale. Like, the truck goes by as they're setting up the yard sale. This is also, I believe, as they're setting up the yard sale, the truck goes by. This is after, on a doorbell camera of the truck leaving the area. There is also a video of a doorbell camera, this doorbell camera, that shows the truck driving by. So I could have showed that video, but all you're going to see is what you see in this picture, technically. The truck go by. It's not much different than this picture, that you can see the truck in the picture. It just drives by. Here is where it takes place. So the truck is parked back here just a little bit outside of the camera view. This is the yard sale coming up the driveway here. You can see they've got tables and stuff set up coming up the driveway. And this is Elizabeth right here. And this is the gunman or woman, right? And I'll explain that here in a second. Gunman or gunwoman right here. I think that might be it. Okay, so here is the reason why, if you want to look into this case more, you're going to have to go find the video, and you're going to have to watch the video, because a couple of things happen. So this lady or guy walks up to her, and they talk for a couple of, not real long, a minute or so, before this person pulls out the gun and shoots her 3 times, and then stands over her and shoots her again, which makes it 4 shots. Elizabeth dies the next day. Like, so she didn't that day, but the very next day she does. But when this gunman or woman leaves the scene, when the gunman or woman leaves the scene, what the heck? My computer's doing something stupid. They make this weird look. They run this weird looking way, kind of like a female running. And it's, if you zoom in, like, it's hard. You can't see it from this, but if you zoom in on the video, it kind of looks like this person is got a wig on and possibly a trench coat or something that's covering their whole body. A lot of people think that maybe it's a woman wearing boots that are a few sizes too big for her. That way, if they step on blood in these boots, they would be looking for somebody with a, let's say she's a size 6 and the boots were a size 8. Well, somebody would be looking for a size 8 person instead of a size 6 person. So that might be another reason why this person is running kind of weirdly as they're leaving to go get in the truck. I'm assuming there was no footprints. Matter of fact, there was no evidence at all at this scene except the bullets. And the cops haven't said anything about that. Like, the cops really haven't put out any real information on this besides this footage and then the footage of the doorbell footage. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of evidence to go on to. So a lot of people, and me also, think that the husband is the one that did this. The husband paid somebody to shoot his wife, which it is. I mean, it seems almost like to the point that could be what happened. So him and her in the front yard, setting up the yard sale, and this vehicle, this black Nissan Frontier, drives by at that exact time. So the only people that would know they were going to set up this early in the morning, get ready to set up this yard sale this early in the morning, was her and her husband. And maybe they called somebody. So her husband, and maybe one or two other people. So there's only a very small, and I mean a small ass number of people, more than likely just her and her husband, that know they're going to set up this yard sale, get it ready bright and early in the morning. And in order for this person to drive by when the husband's getting ready to leave for work, it's kind of weird. And then when the husband leaves out of the neighborhood, the car comes back by. Then it goes up and around, and it pulls over here somewhere, like this. It's on this side of the road, like this car, but it's back over here somewhere where you can't see it in the camera. Yeah, and then all of a sudden goes up there, and it's almost like she knew who the person was, because they talked for a few seconds before the gun gets pulled out and she gets shot 4 times. To me, it almost seems like the husband has to be involved in this somehow. Like, there's nothing, like, there's no way nobody would know that they were going to do this besides her and her husband. So it makes you wonder if maybe her husband was seeing somebody else, didn't want her to know this. They're getting ready to go on a trip to Florida as a couple, the two of them. And maybe the person that the husband was seeing didn't like that. Didn't think that was a good idea. Was kind of pissed off about it. The husband had talked to this person about them having a yard sale that morning. This person drove back and forth through the neighborhood a couple of times to see what was going on. This person paid attention. Maybe when the vehicle went by, the husband knew, shit, this is my girlfriend, or the girl I'm cheating on my wife with, and he didn't stop her. He didn't try to do nothing, and then it just happened. Like, this is just what I think could have happened. Other people think that maybe the Comic-Con place that they went, they pissed some people off there, and maybe this person just showed up and shot her. That doesn't make no sense to me. Also, it could be, some people say this is a person paid to do this. I can't think of what it's called. A hitman. And that it was possibly a paid hit, and maybe they went to the wrong house, this person did, that did the shooting. Maybe went to the wrong home, which I guess that's a possibility. But I think the husband has something to do with it. But what do you guys think? Comment below and let me know, and we'll see you guys out in the next video. If you want to support my channel, you can do so by checking out my Facebook page. Link in the description, guys. If you enjoy these cold case videos, because this is now my second one, please let me know, and I will keep doing cold case videos, because you need to keep the cases alive, because maybe somebody out there has that one piece of information that could blow the case wide open.